For folks who don't get franchising, and I'm really not an expert on franchising either. I mean, we kind of get the McDonald's model, right? Where you could just get McDonald's, they send you to McDonald's school, you learn how to do the exact burger. What are your thoughts on how you're going to franchise this out?
So, I mean, there are those traditional models like McDonald's, like Subway, and it's basically like, here's a blueprint. We'll teach you how to do it. Good luck, right? And that's not what we want to do. So, with our whole thing, like we do teach, our franchisee everything, right? So, franchising essentially is getting the blueprint, getting the game plan, and getting taught how to do it, so that you don't need to face all of those hurdles and obstacles that I've already faced and overcame. It's now you get a fast forward and already start to that growth phase with a proven system. But in terms of the way we're doing it, is we actually tailored it more to be almost like a networking or a mastermind, style franchise. So we do the onboarding, we go out there for the grand opening, we have a track to earnings call set, which is 26 weekly call check-ins. But then there's an ever going monthly just group call, and we'll bring guests in, almost like a podcast, style thing, but getting people that can come in to make our Strive owners better business owners, not just gym owners, right? And so that they can talk about things that I legally can't talk about.
What would that be? What could you not legally talk about?
I mean, as a business
I mean,
owner,
without breaking any laws.
I
Without breaking
mean,
any
that's
laws.
the crazy thing is, like, as a franchise owner or the franchisor, there's a lot of restrictions, and essentially there's 14 registered states. I'm in California, so I immediately am in a registered state. So every year I have to renew my FDD, my franchise disclosure documents, with the state and with the FTC, and so everything gets checked out. And if you if you go into any of those states, let's say that you're not already registered in, you can get hit with fines, you can get hit with, a bunch of stuff. But in terms of like how you sell, how you train, if you lead someone to believe that this is what it is and it's not that way, guess what? That's a lawsuit. It's like, so for example, if I tell them that they should open up an S corp instead of an LLC, and that has any effect or ramifications, well, my advice to them now, it becomes a lawsuit on us, right? So it's like we bring in a specialist in that area that can talk about those things. We bring in people to learn how to reinvest their money, how to grow, again, not just the business itself, but them as an entrepreneur, the other benefits that you get with being an entrepreneur.
That is wicked awesome. Now well, when you're born in California, you get sued for being born, and then it just goes downhill from there. So California is wicked bad to do any business. I know I've been doing it for a long time, but that's an awesome structure that you have, because what you're doing is you're not just like you said, McDonald's. Here's how you make the same shitty burger, and then just make as many as you can and see you later. Good luck. But you're not only hold handing them through hand holding, hold hang hand, whatever this throughout that process. But then you're like, look, dude or chick or whatever, I care about your future beyond the success of Strive 11 Fitness. So, let's talk to you about how you start reinvest your money. Let's touch how you're going to incorporate or non incorporate LLC, S Corp, whatever you're going to be. Let's talk about making sure you're getting the tax benefits of doing all this stuff so that you prosper as a person and not just a franchisee. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal, is that because being a part of business masterminds and stuff, like, you learn a lot about entrepreneurship that isn't general knowledge, right? And there's so many loopholes and there's so many different angles. And it's like, unless you're in circles with people that know those angles, right? And know a angle, right? Because one person will bring an angle that other people haven't heard. I'll bring an angle, and all of a sudden it starts to get people understanding that this unspoken about, like, secret menu of being an entrepreneur, right? Most people know about a traditional IRA, a SEP, or traditional or a Roth IRA, but being a business owner, you can do a SEP IRA. Like, there's all these different other angles, how to be your own bank, how to use some of those other advantages. You can rent your house out to yourself for, a team meeting. You can rent your house, all these other crazy things that it's like, really, you could do all that? It's like, yeah, how do it's like, there's a whole, like, the book was written for you to use these loopholes. It's just not told to you. So it's almost like, if you know about it, then you get the benefit.